Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Seed Plate channel. Today's a day. And when I say today's a day, you're probably like, duh, Brooke, it's a day. Today's a big day because I have been harvesting pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of paste tomatoes. Now, I planned this. This was why I grew the tomatoes the way that I did. But I can adequately say I was not prepared for the amount of tomatoes that I was in for. So let me give you like a brief context and history of how this went down. So I planned last year to can a bunch of sauce. That did not happen. My tomatoes got like curly leaf virus, they got eaten up, it was just like a whole thing. So I probably only got maybe a couple pounds of paste tomatoes last year. This year I said, okay, I'm gonna put my tomatoes in a completely new place, where there's gonna be like no disease in the soil, blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna like plant them pretty intensely, and I planted determinants and I did all the stuff. If you've been following along, you know that. I planted red snappers, Romas, and San Marzanos for my sauce situations. I planted 8 Roma type tomatoes. So actual Romas and then San Marzanos. So there were 8 of those plants. And then the red snappers, there were actually only 2 of those plants. So for a total of 10 plants, I'm drowning in like the best way. So I'll throw up a couple of photos here and there of just like the hauls that I've gotten. They're really awesome. But here's the thing, I haven't had time to do anything with those. I was in Europe for a week, and my sweet friends, I literally left this table full of tomatoes. And I said, okay, when they turn red, I need you to just stick them in a bag and put them in the freezer. And then I had my friend who was taking care of the community garden, I had her do the same thing with the tomatoes that she was harvesting. And then I got the next haul from them the next day. There is still at least another 10 pounds on the plant. Not even joking. So today's canning day. And I am using the Ball Canning Jar Cookbook. So I'm not going to put any recipes on here because I'm a believer that you need to use, like, canning has to have a certain amount of acidity. It's all measured out for a reason, and that reason is food safety. So this video is not to give you canning recipes. This video is to show you all the tomatoes, show you the canning process, and explain to you why I'm doing what I'm doing with said tomatoes. And that's going to kind of be what this video is about. So step number 1, I have some ideas of what I want to do with the tomatoes. And I actually already canned some of the paste tomatoes. So my first harvest wasn't large enough for any of the recipes in the book, but you can do small amounts and you can just do like packed jars of like whole tomatoes in their own juice, which is exactly what this is. So I have 4 quarts of this, but step number 1 is to weigh the tomatoes. So you have to have a certain weight of the tomatoes to make these recipes. So the 2 recipes that I want to do, you have to have 15 pounds each. I think we're going to easily do that, like very easily. So yeah, step number 1, weigh them. Then I'll talk about the recipes that I'm going to do. And then I will show you the whole process because it's about to be a day. That's why I started this in the morning. Oh, that's a whole basket. That's a whole actual laundry basket of tomatoes. So, all right. These are just the frozen ones. So frozen is going to be a little bit heavier, but not by much. Oh, I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed. Y'all see that? That is 40 pounds of tomatoes. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do it and it's gonna be great. All right, now these are all the fresh ones that I grabbed yesterday. All right, we got another. Okay, my scale got mad, but before I got mad, it said 10 pounds. So we're up to 50 pounds. All right, and then another 5. That is 55 pounds of tomatoes. Oh my God. It's fine. Everything's fine. Wow. Okay, so that's more than I was expecting. So that means I can actually put together 3 different recipes of tomato sauce. Oh my God, and I need 6 pints. Okay, now, okay, step 1, weigh your tomatoes. Step 2, go look at how many jars you managed to acquire. Okay, y'all, I have a plan. I'm a lady with a plan. So I have enough pint jars, which the pint jars are, this is like a perfect amount of this sauce for 2 people, which is just me and my partner who's usually like eating in this house. So I think we're gonna do 1 recipe of like an Italian tomato sauce. Then I'll do another recipe of a curry tomato sauce. So we're gonna make the spice blends for those out of the Ball Jar Canning cookbook and then go from there. And then I think the rest of them, because the only other jars that I have are these big quart jars. Oh no, this has mold on it. Oh, I messed it up. Oh, this has mold right at the top. Oh, that's such a bummer. Okay, well, you know what? You live and learn. You live and you learn. So I need to figure out what I did wrong here, where there's mold on it. But we're gonna do the rest of them this way. These I did in their own juice. I think I might pack them in water just to get a better idea of like the fill line. I might have not gotten them quite like full enough. That's a bummer. Okay, so we're doing our best out here, guys. We're really just doing our best. So next step is we are going to start processing said tomatoes. Okay, y'all, so first things first, we need to peel our frozen tomatoes. This is like stupid easy. You take your tomatoes, you chuck them in the freezer, you get some warm water, let them soak for like 10 minutes, and then you'll need a bowl for your tomatoes and for your peels. And also just be mindful that your warm water is going to get colder with every frozen bag you put in. So I'm just starting with 2 bags into a big pot. And we're just gonna let them soak and the tomato skin should slip right off. Y'all, so if you just take your tomato, it's been soaking for probably only like 5 to 10 minutes. If you just give it a pinch somewhere, the skin just falls right off. That was probably 2 pounds, so. Oh, that was a 40-pound, that was a 40-pound basket. Okay, guys, so here's where we're at. We have the Italian tomato sauce with a bunch of yummy herbs. That is boiling down. I did not realize they didn't have a food mill, so we're just gonna fake it till we make it and see how it goes. What I am gonna do though is run it through this strainer with a bowl underneath, and we'll kind of see where that gets us. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. So we have that going. I have another big pot back here. I'm about to mix all the curry spices and do all the curry spices into this guy. And then the rest of the tomatoes I'm just gonna do as stewed tomatoes. So this is gonna go for like 45 minutes. And then we're gonna do all of our canning. I pulled down all of my other cans that I had previously done, and they are all bad. So that's what happens when you don't follow directions as good as you should. So they all have mold at the top and they're all gonna have to be thrown away. So that is a bummer, but it's just kind of a learning experience. So that's where we're at right now. I'm all done peeling all the tomatoes. I will say the method of doing the frozen tomatoes, that is way easier than doing them in boiling water and then putting them in an ice bath and then peeling them. So I think the whole freezer peeling situation is something I'll do like forevermore, because I just got almost, I would say about 30 pounds of those tomatoes. I got them peeled in like 30 minutes. It was like stupid easy. So yeah, we're making it. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, progress is happening. We are like 3 hours in and I'm sweating and I'm tired already, but it's fine. We have to persevere. The recipe I used was only supposed to make 6 pints. Something happened. And there were also a few other things that I realized I did wrong the last time, which was not fill the jars enough. I didn't use high enough strength citric acid. I didn't water bath can them properly with the water like fully encompassing the jar. And I also didn't start with hot jars. So I basically didn't follow any of the rules, which makes sense as to why it failed. But I'm heating up some quart jars right now. I just did 6 pints of the Italian tomato sauce. And then I have 4 quart jars, so hopefully that'll finish that off. And then I need to do the curry tomato sauce, which smells freaking phenomenal. And then I put half of the rest that I'm just gonna do like regular old stewed tomatoes, I put them in the crock pot just to get them going. And then once I have a pan free, I'm going to get them on the stove and start the process with them. But for now, these jars are very hot. For now, we got some sauce. Hopefully it's as good as it smells. Okay, y'all, it is 3 o'clock. We got this started at about 9:30 or 10, so I'm tired. But we have all of our Italian tomato sauce properly canned, hopefully. And we also have the curry tomato sauce is still too hot, but I got one side of the kitchen clean, so that feels nice that we have one side clean and the other side is still a disaster. But I have the rest of the stewed tomatoes. I have one in a pot and one in the crock pot that I started a couple of hours ago. Now what's interesting is the crock pot is getting nice and hot and it's all breaking down, but I took the temperature and the temperature is about 170 degrees and the boiling pot is about 210 degrees. So there's about a 40-degree difference. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get these canned because I still have to heat the jars. So I think by the time I heat the jars, get those canned, and then actually put them through the canner, that these will be up to a nice temperature to get those canned. So I have 8 quart jars of just regular stewed tomatoes that don't have any seasoning in them, and I had no idea this was gonna be this long of a day, but that's okay, we're doing it, and like, hopefully it goes well. The idea that I could grow these tomatoes for 6 months and then screw them up while canning, and I think I would know if it was bad, like I would be able to smell it, or the color would be off, or there would be something weird, but knowing that it could like totally go very awry, it's a little scary. I don't love it, but yeah, I will show you the final product once we get there. Oh. Okay, y'all, it's the next morning. I got a good night's sleep, and here's everything we ended up with. So, yesterday was a very long day. It took me about 8 hours. I don't think it would have taken me that long if I would have had the proper equipment and known what I was doing. So I do think it'll be shorter moving forward now that I kind of have a feel for it and I kind of know the supplies that I need. So we ended up with 9 quarts of just regular stewed tomatoes, and these I will use for soups and different dishes. So I wanted to give myself the flexibility to have some easy dinners, which was the sauces that I made, but then also just can some stewed tomatoes. I love making chili in the winter, so pretty much we'll save all of this for like winter eating. We probably won't eat much of this during the summer, but we have 9 quarts of stewed tomatoes. One of them I didn't get canned, so that one will go in the freezer. And then we have 2 quarts of Italian tomato sauce. So I will use these for like lasagnas or when we have more people over than just the 2 of us. And then I have 6 pints of Italian tomato sauce. That'll be the perfect serving size for just me and my partner. And then 5 curry tomato sauces to make some really yummy curry. So the way that I kind of went about this was I wanted to give myself flexibility to make soups and just have like the raw product. And then I also wanted to think about like some easy meals and some easy dinners. So hopefully I did everything right and it all is going to be as delicious as I think it's going to be. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope to do more videos like this in the future. And you know, I love that we're all here together to learn and do new things together and you know, learn from both successes and failures. So, with that being said, thanks so much for watching this very chaotic tomato canning vlog. Thanks so much for watching. Happy gardening and cooking, canning, however you choose to preserve your harvest. And we'll see you next time.